Right, right.
Hi.
We are actually live. And
We are?
yeah, so this actually officially kick off our first session, a prologue to SMVFF 2020 Part 2.
Right.
As yeah, for those that actually already tuned in, thank you for tuning in. And we have quite a show and a number of guests that's actually joining us for this particular session. Yep.
All right,
So
awesome. And thank you so much for everyone that's tuning in. I'm Billie from Asterisk Academy, an event partner for SMVFF. First of all, thank you to the
SMVFF.
Singapore, to Smurf, number 2. All right. And thank you so much over to the Singapore comic community and also to the Malaysian comics community for having this event again, part 2. I just want to have a quick check over with Hancock. Am I having a bit of a technical lagginess there?
I don't think so. I'm actually hearing you just fine. So
Oh, okay, all right then. Then I'll just have a quick go. And so let's kickstart for tonight. Hancock, tell us more about tonight. What's gonna happen?
I have no idea. There's no script that's actually being planned. So yeah. But we do have guests, so we'll probably just run through the guests as it is, and let's do a quick roll call introduction of a quick one, and then we can dive into more detail and start asking him very hard and detailed questions. Okay,
Right,
let's start with
awesome.
Uzair. Yeah,
Hello.
Uzair. Hi.
Hi, I'm Uzair Rashid. I'm a concept artist. Was an industrial design graduated. I think that's all for now.
Okay. Yep. Good. And
Right,
next,
awesome.
Mr. Tintoy.
Hi, I'm
Mr.
Tintoy
Tintoy.
Chuo. Yes, hi guys. I'm Tintoy. I'm from Fusion Wayang Kulit. So we design puppet and puppet. Yep.
Puppet and puppets, right?
Puppet and pop culture characters in puppet form.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
we mix.
awesome.
And
Right.
we have Apan or Arif.
Hi, my name is Arif Rafhan or Apan from Superdoofus. I draw lah basically. I don't know. I do lots of things.
All right.
But also visual art
Man
and
of many
animation as
talent.
well lah.
Yeah, we'll probably need to actually cover a
Master of
little
none.
bit of that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So looks like we are actually good to go. We have 5 of us here,
Right.
but we are the host. We'll just throw in some topics and let's start from there, right? So
Right.
if I am to actually observe some of the commonality between the 3 guests here, I think first will be they are all artists.
Right.
Right? And 2 of you, I'm not sure about Tintoy. Were you involved in any animation development before?
Concept pre-production. We are actually planning to do something, under MDEC previously, but then you stay on the proof of concept status. It didn't get to go further.
Right. And I believe that Apan has also an underground project that he's actually doing right now, and he's actually waiting for MDEC's approval. Like Uzair is actually working for a local international well-known studio. And
Alright.
yeah, I don't think that we can actually can we say the name or
I prefer not to mention where
Okay.
I'm currently work because I don't want anything that I've said will represent the
you
studio.
represent the studio? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. So
Okay.
you're actually man of your own, not an employee of the studio.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So
Cool.
but before we actually move on, right? I just want to, on the topic, like Apan actually has an anime that is actually ongoing. So I just want to actually play a clip for everyone to actually take a look, and we can actually give some responses on that. Right? Okay, ready?
Awesome. Let's go.
Yes.
Masa untuk cek kerja ni. Kau nak bawa cari aku ke?
Selamat datang ke
Kisah bawah tanah.
Bila mana ni?
Saya tak tipu.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Have any of you actually seen this? The first time that I seen it, I thought that it's actually a crazy anime coming from Cartoon Network again. I
It's
didn't know that
awesome.
it's actually a development under a Malaysian studio, and I think Apan was actually involved in it.
All right, awesome. Can you tell us more about the project,
This was
Apan?
it's a project by Space Boy Studio.
Right.
Basically, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can hear you.
yes, we
Go
can.
for it.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
we can hear you.
Okay.
All
No,
good.
because I see Billie and Hancock was loading.
Oh,
Okay.
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 It
Alright,
was
just keep
an
going.
animation done by Space Boy Studios, and then they engaged me as a environment artist, concept art, and also I did some the storyboard part and so forth lah. Basically all the pre-production, and it was a very project for me at the time because pre-production among ourselves. So me and Coupe Rodriguez, if you guys know him, he's a very great character designer. He designed all the characters there. So basically me and Coupe come up with the whole concept and the pre-production part of the series lah. So now then the animation part was done by some different parties. So it's a very interesting project for me because the story is about Nusantara ghosts and monsters.
Wow.
So it's very
awesome.
relatable to Southeast Asia.
That's awesome.
And it's crazy too.
like,
The storyline is way crazy.
that's so cool. I mean, like, what was the main trigger, or what was the main inspiration that said like, okay, we're gonna go on Nusantara things and pair it together with the kind of visuals that you have, which is pretty modern and so what was the whole main inspiration? Like, were there like any books, or were there like any artists, or were there anything that sort of like triggered this project over? Arif?
To be honest, I'm not Cartoon Network kind of a viewer. I'm more of I watch lots of animation for grown-ups, so I'm not very aware of this Cartoon Network or Steven's Universe, this kind of thing. I never watched them.
Right.
So
Okay.
when they approached me, I was being very honest with them. I said I don't know any of the reference that you guys visually that you guys are going for, but I will try my best to infuse my own exposure and influences from the thing that I watch and the thing that I experience into that kind of series. And it's a give and take process for us and the director and the producer. So in the end, we found a common point where the visuals that you saw that's the main common interest for all parties in the project. So
Right. Awesome.
that's the product then.
Okay.
And I was also being understood that that changed a lot since that trailer came out, right? A lot of things has been added to make it more Malaysianized, because if I actually look at the trailer itself, I have no clue that it actually comes from Malaysia, right? Is that right?
Yeah. We are now in the process of not rebranding, but how do you call it? To solidify the visuals and the story itself. So we're in the process of redoing it all together. But it's the same thing. It's the same people that involved it. So it's a revisit of what we did last 2 years.
Oh, this show, I mean, this has been in development since 2 years ago. Okay. So it takes a while, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like Apan is actually dialing in from somewhere far, like Australia or Argentina or something.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an old school dial-up kind of connection right now. So for our dear fans, please be a little bit patient. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
it's a different type.
Right. Sorry about that. Sometimes internet can get a little bit tricky, especially on the weekends where everybody just want to dial in on streaming. And thank you so much to our fans who's tuning in for today. Right. Before we continue on, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the viewers that's following. If you have any questions, just drop it in onto the comments and we will check it out and read it. And remember, we do have a contest giveaway. So make sure that you are listening in and tuning in case that we have a simple key question and we have like some sort of thing where it's like, oh, she said a key question that might be important. So just write down everything, note it down, record it, and so then fill up the form, which is available on Play Exhibition on Facebook page, and we're also on the YouTube page. And then after that, send it in, and winners will be announced on the 11th of December. All right, let's continue. Okay.
There was a question. There is a question coming from Gilbert as well as Joel,
Right.
whereby where and when can we actually watch Kisah Bawatana?
Bawatana.
Yes, and how many episodes per season? Have you guys actually gone so far into it to decide like how long is the season like? Has the production gone so far already?
Not really. For the as I told you earlier, we revisited the whole show to solidify the shows, and then the producer has come out with the still in the writing process.
Oh, he just dropped off.
Oh, all right. No worries then.
Yeah, he just went Bawah Tanah for a
Yeah,
while.
he went Bawah Tanah as well. Right. So no worries about that. Yeah, before that, thank you so much. We've got a whole bunch of friends coming and tuning in today. I do see we've got regulars from MYCC. We've got regulars over from hello over to Gilbert and kawan-kawan Trisha as well, who'll be joining us for SMVFF. And then so let's go on to the next one. Tintoy, tell us about yourself. Oh,
he's back.
Oh, he's back though. So how do we do this? Right, let's go on with Tintoy first.
Let's start with Tintoy.
Sure.
So
continue
tell
with
us
Tintoy.
more about. We've heard so much about Fusion Wayang Kulit, and we've seen all the videos. You were recently featured on an international broadcast thing. Tell us first about, to all our fans here, tell us about Fusion Wayang Kulit, probably a little bit of background and what's happening with you guys now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, first of all, I thank both of you for having me here. It's a very interesting event. Well, I mean, Fusion Wayang Kulit has been here since 2012, so it's 8 years. It's an 8 years journey and still going. So what we do is basically we'll try to revive this traditional art, wayang kulit or shadow puppet, by actually merging it with contemporary character, say things that the youth like, example Star Wars or Batman, DC superheroes, or even Ultraman or Japanese manga, something that is contemporary, characters or science fiction related. Then we actually combine with this very traditional art, into something that is different, in hope that the youth or many others will actually like the art again. So it will have a chance to survive in the next many years to come. So this is our main objective.
So on this particular objective, right, I understand that Fusion Wayang Kulit only perform in live. Have you actually ever considered that, considering right now that you don't have an audience, that you have an event that has a large gathering to actually watch it? Have you guys actually considered to do it online, like something similar to this, like you do a performance live?
Consider God. We consider a lot. The thing is how to actually get it done. That is the thing. I mean, for a very the very reason is my master puppeteer is in Kelantan. So to be honest, the connection there is not good, you know. So that is one of the challenges that I try to figure out. You know, if I can get a least line of fiber optic, if there any exists over that state, then I might consider. The thing is, you know, when do live, you want it to be what do you call that? Make sure that it's
a stable
going on smoothly. Yeah. But we might find another way, you know, like we will be performing for so-called overseas, I think Canada's puppeteer event next year. So we'll figure out a way to do so.
Is that possible to actually because Wayang Kulit has the puppeteer that's actually moving the what do you call that? The puppet? Is that called the puppet?
Yeah, puppet.
And there are also the musician that actually play the background, right? So all these people, can they just like dial in together, have a Zoom call, and start doing this?
Oh, that'd be so havoc, man.
That will be the thought itself is already disaster.
Disastrous.
Because
but unfortunately, this year, I mean,
traditional.
2020 is a disastrous year, right? So chaotic.
Yeah, we don't need to add another thing that to make it more. No, the notion of music, because what we're talking here is not in sync. You know, if a few second delay. So when you play music, you can't actually play together. So even those we saw some people say they're having virtual orchestra, like 40 of them play Imperial March. That's pre-recorded because after that they sing it. So it's not live, unfortunately. You know, so they dial in the Zoom. It doesn't work, unfortunately. If there are 10 people at the back, there's 9 musicians plus 1 master puppeteer, we need 10 good lines, you see. So they're actually making situation. They do motorbike and go to the master puppeteer house. We only have 1 line, you know.
Right.
So will be better, you know. It's not the problem multiplied by 10. So we do, as you say, we do consider. Many people ask me also, a friend from USA say, come on, let's do it. The thing is that unfortunately the basic infrastructure is not that good, so I have to figure out a way.
Okay. All right. Is there any way that besides, you know, waiting for this whole horrible pandemic to end, is there any way that fans can still have access over to checking out Wayang Kulit stuff? Could you share over, like, is there any like a location where they can see, or is there like, you know, social media things that they can see?
Right. So I'll start with social media. So I know that there are people who actually want to see more. So what we do is try to create more episode in YouTube.
Right.
So like we actually started a new series called Puppet Explain. So we actually talk about one puppet and then we're going to explain about the details and the behind the scene or whatever the design process. So hopefully that will actually let people understand more about how we do things, you know, and so there will be more towards social media, as you say. The actual one, we have a gallery in GMBB Mall in KL, you know, so it's been there for 1 year plus. We display puppet, you know, we supposed to start master puppeteer class, you know, and the art of Dalang class. But the gallery is actually categorized as cultural location, and cultural location is restricted under CMCO. So kita tak boleh buka, you know, we can't open.
Okay.
So it's like,
someone actually just asked that where can they actually watch the Wayang Fusion Wayang Kulit? You have a Facebook, you have a YouTube channel on that?
Yes. The YouTube channel is Facebook. It's the same. Fusion Wayang Kulit. You know, the Facebook also is the same. Fusion Wayang Kulit. The Twitter also Fusion Wayang Kulit. Instagram also Fusion Wayang Kulit. So, and you can contact us in fusionwayangkulit@gmail.com.
All right, awesome. I'm just curious to the other artists though. I mean, like to everyone out here, like when was the last time you guys watched an actual Wayang Kulit show? I mean, like
I'll be very honest, not.
Oh wow! I do.
able to.
All right. Oh, so we've got the links up
Yep.
of where you can watch. Just follow into the comments and have a. You can see the link there over to Fusion Wayang Kulit YouTube channel, so that you can have a look at all the awesome things that they've been doing. And also, yeah, I mean, to venue creators, to content creators out there you go. We've got FSQ that's really ready to get the live show out. So hopefully after the pandemic, you can see a virtual live collaboration over there. I'm pretty sure that that'll be super cool to have everyone in together. Right. Okay, let's just have a quick look over. Again, drop in over your comments, like if you have anything that you are interested to know, probably what is Tintoy's favorite food in the morning, or what is Uzair's favorite anime or manga that he reads. And so yeah, just drop in your questions. This is your time to connect with this artist, because it's super hard to get industry masters online for free at the comfort of your own screen or wherever you watch it from. So yeah, drop in your questions, drop in your love in here. I already see some people saying hi. Yeah, and so let's get on with this show.
Yep. Let's get on with the show. So I think Tintoy and Apan usually have some limelight, and to be honest, I discovered Uzair through some of my artsy friend commenting on his I think on his Facebook post. And what I actually discovered is that the first thing that I noticed is how amazing he is in terms of capturing colors as well as shapes. So I'll just show you some of the things that actually wowed me. Right, that one. Right. Here's another. This I initially thought that he just used some filter to actually tweak a photo that is actually captured, right? But he later released a GIF file indicating that it's actually something that he draw from. Yeah. So this is actually what he had, and let's see this as well. So this looks like a photo that's been taken, but if you actually zoom into, if you actually zoom into the detail, and the thing with him is also that he play around with words. Sometimes he will actually change some of the drawings, say example the shop name, to actually make it a little bit funny. So yeah, let me just try to find one. Yeah, something like this.
Oh wow.
So it's basically adding shapes, and yeah, voila, you have a shop lot view.
Shape.
Yeah. So that's him. Yeah, so probably you when we were actually doing the connection test, right? Uzair, you actually mentioned that you always make it a point to be an artist. You try to actually hone yourself, and maybe you can actually share what's your approach like.
What's my approach?
Yeah, what's your approach of improving your skill, like things that you're able to achieve?
I do a lot of study because I do a lot of study by redraw some image from Pinterest and Google Image. It helps me to understand on how to understand the color and how the lights work.
Okay.
Because every object, they have their own structure. For example, the material like glass will reacted differently by matte surface such as rubber and another object.
So you're welcome to actually speak in Malay if you actually feel more comfortable. Right.
No, it's okay. I actually quite feel a little bit nervous because.
No problem. No worries. You're all among friends. Yeah.
I do prepare a lot of notes for the session.
Like I said, sometimes you don't need to. The best show is actually those that is actually unscripted.
Yeah,
So
man.
just
Right. So
speak
you're
something
gonna.
that actually comes out of you. That's fine.
Yeah. And suddenly,
So
when I started to talk, my mind just went blank.
right. Stage fright. But no worries. So you
But
were saying about material studies, right?
yeah, I do a lot of studies just to improve myself and just to understand how the materials work. Uh, I don't really consider most of what I've posted in Facebook as an artwork because most of it was a result of me studying the picture.
Right.
Besides doing a study, I do draw a lot of fan art as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what kind
I
of
can
fan art?
Yeah, I can actually show some of it.
Cool.
Yeah, let me just pick this up.
Okay.
Some sort of some form of Batman.
Yeah, it is a
Uh,
Batman fusion with Kamen Rider.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah. And
Come
there's
on,
a Trunks
Batman.
from Dragon Ball. There's Mecha Doraemon. Oh, sorry, not this.
No,
This.
that one was Saiyan
Yeah,
Gundam.
the Saiyan Gundam. This is the Mecha Doraemon,
I
right?
actually love it. Sorry.
And
So
he has
cool.
this.
Oh wow. That looks Doraemon looks so badass.
Yeah,
And wow, I have like a small crush on Giant. He looks so cool.
yeah. So it's a Super Saiyan
Right.
Mecha. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
someone just said that Uzair looks very familiar. Is that your friend?
No, I don't even know him. Norman Rashid.
I know, man.
Sorry, hi, hello.
He's actually a lecturer. I'm going to give a quick shout out. He is actually a lecturer from MMU.
Oh.
Hello.
He
Hi,
does,
Norman. Thank you
right,
for
and
tuning in.
yes, thank you for tuning in. He's actually helped out Asterisk Academy recently for an animation, which we will debut pretty soon after the CMCO. So yes, thank you for tuning in, Norman. We did have one of the fans asking Uzair though, it's from Richard Chin, which asked, "What software do you guys use to create the building?" And it looks really good. So he's asking you, what software did you use for your GIF works?
I usually use Photoshop because most of animation studio currently is using Photoshop. There's another drawing software such as Clip Pen Studio, but I'm not really familiar with it since I'm using Photoshop since I was in college.
Okay.
But I'm really mastering Photoshop while I'm working. Not really not really when I'm studying. I'm really bad at Photoshop.
Okay.
Back then.
All right. So what I do understand that when you were studying, you majored in industrial design.
Yes.
All right. So
I majored in industrial design.
Wow, that's like a total difference.
Because I do try to seek a job as an industrial design before.
All right.
But to be an industrial designer, you need to be proficient in sketches. I have a confidence in doing sketches, but you do as well to have a provision in 3D software, which I'm not good at it.
Okay.
Just like what has been mentioned by Richard also, right? You mentioned that you're not good at it, but to him, he thought that you're actually using a 3D software to actually draw.
Yeah, but in industrial design, 3D software used to how do we say? Used to to produce an actual product. So you have to be accurate with the dimension and everything. While with Photoshop, you can't really put any dimension on it.
Right.
It's not really accurate like 3D. When you're using 3D software, you can convert all the calculation into, for example, like molding machine.
So you can actually send it to like a 3D printer as
Yeah.
such. Yeah. Okay. But
You can't do that with
aspire
Photoshop.
to learn new skill? Because he seems like someone that is actually very determined, that you really put yourself into it to make sure that you do it on a almost like a daily basis. You were telling me that every time when you're actually working during lunch break or maybe after work, you just spend like 30 minutes just to actually hone your skill,
Wow.
and turn things that you saw into what you are actually showing us right now. So
Dedication,
you
man.
have that's the kind of dedication that I'm actually observing, at least from our conversation the last time. I mean, the last time as in the during our pre-test.
Yeah,
Right.
I do draw during lunch because that's only the time that I have now to draw for my personal stuff. Other time than that, when I'm back at home, I already spend my time with my family, and my son keep playing with me, so I don't really have time to draw.
Personal
So I
thing.
only have half an hour during lunch and after working hours to spend relaxing myself, doing painting. But I don't really paint every day recently
Right.
because I think I feel a little bit tired.
Right. Burnt out.
It seems like Trisha asked a question regarding one of your artwork. She says that the giant is actually wearing Crocs. What's the reason behind it?
Oh, because every time I do fan art, I love to put a little twist for my rendition, such as adding
Okay.
cool sneakers, changing their outfit. Like in this image is the Doraemon in the cyberpunk theme.
All right.
I changed
Oh,
I
just
changed the
fun.
look of Doraemon, and someone really had me because I add long leg for Doraemon.
Right.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, yes, that was one of the main reasons why I had a crush over on Giant, where he just looks so cool. And then, yes, the Crocs did pretty much like, oh, he totally had an OG-san feel to it. Right. So I see that since that you do a lot of fan art, so I'm guessing that amongst some of the things that you do is definitely having reading going a lot into anime and manga. Are there anything is there like a favorite go-to genre, or like do you have like favorite artists that mostly influence over to your art?
Yeah, I do. I do have a lot of artists that influence me.
Okay.
I'm started with the local artists first.
All right.
I really inspired by Adi Jin, if you guys know them.
Yes,
Adi
of course.
Salman.
Yep.
Oh, he's awesome. I'm like big
Yeah,
fan.
I think he's currently working as a concept artist in Ubisoft.
Yes,
Right,
that's right.
right. Yes.
Back then, when I was in school, I think I read some of his comic in Urban Comic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The title is Siapa, and I'm really impressed with his art style because the comics looks very messy in a good way.
Oh, okay. It's very raw. Yeah.
Yeah, raw, and it very abstract. He making the comic, mixing it with lot of media.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes he draw it in the tissue paper and then just make it as a comic spread, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy is Nizam Bacho.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Nizam Bacho used to work at Gempa, I guess.
Yes.
Right.
He do a lot of horror comic.
Horror comics. Yes.
Yes. I really love his Nizam Bacho. I really love his body proportion when he drawing a figure. The body proportion, the layout of his comic is really perfect for me.
Okay, awesome. And how about any one more artist that perhaps that really inspires onto your artwork?
Sorry.
Do you have any more like artists that inspires your artwork?
There's a lot actually.
Okay, all right.
There's a
And
lot.
Before you actually move on, I think let's take this particular question.
right.
Zam Kantan. Hi, Zam. He actually asked the question, do you stop at the highway and draw iklan tepi jalan?
uh, I do took a photo sometimes when
Ah.
I look the scenery looks looks very pretty. So I want to redraw it and put some joke in it.
Yeah, that's your. It's almost like your style that you will draw something realistic, but the wording on it will be something funny.
Right,
Right.
awesome. I mean,
All right.
speaking of inspirations, I mean, just quick question as well. I mean, like over like for Tintoy as well, like for you, I mean, we're both
Apan
old.
seems to be back as well.
Oh, okay, all right. So just quick question over to Tintoy, like, we're both total old school vintage kind of thing. So tell us, can you share over with your fans? I mean, since a lot of millennials don't know Star Wars, like we've dealt with our students and they're like, hey, I have no idea who the hell Star Wars. Who is Luke Skywalker? Trust me, and we've had students like this,
You
and
don't care.
so. Right. So can you share with us to our fans and that's following today, like who are artists that inspired you, and then after we can ask Apan as well.
Okay, so your question is what artist inspired me? Is that right?
Yeah, mostly for your works. Yeah.
Sorry, there was a bit of lag just now. Can you ask the question again?
All right. Okay. So basically, could you share with your fans? All right.
Sorry,
Can you
I
still
didn't
hear
get
me?
it. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you now. I'm sorry. Can you ask the
Okay,
question
no worries.
again, please?
Yeah, it's okay, no worries. So, share with us which artists inspire on your works, like basically, like so that fans can check out as well.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a few artists that inspired me, and they are not too young anymore.
Right.
Okay. One will be one of them will be the artist for Dragon Ball. That time he was drawing Dr. Slump.
Right.
You know,
Akira.
I love Dr. Slump a lot. You know, yeah.
Right.
So and his artwork is cute, and then just like what Uzan is, he will actually add some funny writings into the character. He will add some additional writings into and the thing is done.
Looks like the lagging bug has spread. It seems like Apan came back and the spread has gone to Tintoy.
It has spread like the pandemic itself, right?
No problem,
Well,
but it seems like Arif seems to be better now.
I'm sitting exactly next to my router.
oh my goodness.
I'm sitting right next to my router here.
Like, make sure you work, guys. Okay, all right. So same question over like.
I don't know what happened. I checked the network; it was okay.
Okay. All right. So just share with your fans.
My inspiration.
Yeah.
The artist that I
go ahead.
Look up to when I was a kid was Crumbs. What was his full name? But Crumbs. He did most of the underground comics. Robert Crumbs. Yes, Robert Crumbs. Because at the time, I think my uncle gave me one of his comic, and then the comic is a bit hams up, right?
Yes. Oh, that's why you like
very
it.
cool uncle you have.
Secretly read comics.
Oh, that actually explains your cross-hatching style.
Engkau, you also right.
No,
yes.
I mean you once
the
actually
started
the cross-hatch
from
is
there.
pretty much Robert Crumb, right? Oops.
Oops, we've got a bit of a lagging thing.
And then after that, after I grown older, can you hear me?
Yes.
No.
Not lagging though.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Hello?
lagging again. You
Yeah,
probably
okay.
need to actually refresh your line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
that
putting
router
it
is actually
the
giving you trouble.
router doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you a
So
good spank later.
We need to have the rotan, man.
and then I've I I checked the connection. It was okay. 100 Mbps. I don't know what's wrong.
Mm.
The,
Probably the
some,
router
Hello?
doesn't want you to actually join us for our show.
sometimes the internet can smell our fear. The time we need them to work, they do not work, and the time that we're just scrolling through some retail site because of 11:11, and it starts to work perfectly. So, anyways, yes, we've got Robert Crumb. Are you still with us, Apan?
Seems to be a delay, but
Yes,
Tintoy
Right.
seems to be back.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
here. I'm
back.
here. I can hear you guys.
Oh, you can hear us just fine, but the way you show on screen is very
Yeah, I
lagging.
can hear just fine.
Someone just said that Superdoofus is actually moving at different speed. You're moving too fast.
Okay.
That's why our eyes is actually getting so slow.
I know it's a bit of an optical illusion that's happening now. Over to all our friends that's tuning in. We're a bit sorry. I think there's a bit of a sabotage on the internet from all of us. It seems that either one of us is having a bit of a technical thing, but thank you for tuning in. And if you have questions, if you have, if you're interested in having a collaboration with the artist, perhaps drop it into the
You
comments.
have yeah.
Yes, so we were following. So for those of you who've just started tuning into the show, we were asking all the artists about all their inspirations, because it started off with Uzair, where he was showing all his inspiration on local comic artists. We've also got Tintoy, who's old school like me. We're both into Akira Toriyama. Okay. I've been given the quiet order. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Yes, I'm also, and me. I believe Hancock as well is a big fan of Akira
Oh, really?
Toriyama.
No. Who is Akira Toriyama? I have no idea.
Oh wow!
Actually,
So we
just
have a
beyond my
millennial in
time.
the
I was
house,
born
guys.
much later.
Hancock is
Okay.
just barely 18, so
Oh goodness! So we have to keep everything like he shouldn't be reading Robert Crumbs, right? So and then yes, and we've got Apan here who follows underground comics, and yes, he was mentioning about Robert Crumbs. And so that's pretty much about, it's pretty cool because all of us here are pretty much have very different inspirations, and as you can see that it's a pretty interesting where they have combined with personal experience, personal inspiration, and to come up with the works that they have. Like we have Fusion Wayang Kulit that is, infusing pop culture over with our traditional cultures, and I've got Uzair who had does fun mixing of of whatever issues that's happening and making it into interesting gifs and illustrations, and also through his fan art, and with Apan's animation, which is a total cool concept of mixing it the old with the new. So the commonality that we see here is a lot of having a lot of fun with pop culture. So Hancock, just one question out, to everyone out here. So with the comics community happening right now, we have a lot of there's a lot of things where we see a lot of vintage comics out of collectors. We see a lot of young animations going on. What would be your own personal comment about seeing new, young, fresh comics in? I mean, like, it's really underrated when you think about, the local comic industry. Whereas we've got like industry legends here that does a lot of cool pop culture, sort of uh, collaborations. They do a lot of cool projects. So what would be you from MYCC itself? You deal with a lot of these artists around here. Like, what do you think about upcoming artists that's coming up?
So this is a question for
For you, so
for
that we
me.
can ask the rest.
Oh, no. I mean, for me, as I myself, I just like to actually learn new things, make new friends. So
Right.
really, if you actually if you actually ask about all these people, I just sometimes just PM them and just say, hey, who am I? I like your thing. I've been following, I've been stalking your stuff. I've introduced myself,
Oh,
and
creepy.
yeah, quite creepy. But I take face, right? Who cares? So
Okay.
so the idea here is really that what I noticed in the scene of Malaysia is that there are a lot of talented people
Right.
that already established certain of their own style that I don't see it a lot elsewhere. Because if you actually look at Apan's work, or you look at Tintoy, where
Right.
he actually fused the pop culture with the Wayang Kulit, with Uza using his shape and colors to actually paint something that's actually very realistic,
Right.
it's unique. If I actually show someone else that has no idea of their work, none of them will know that these came from Malaysia. They'll probably have
Right.
probably look at the artwork and think maybe Uza will say that, oh, maybe he worked in Spider-Verse concept art before, because
I
I
know.
mean, those are the things that
Super
reminded
cool.
me of that. Tintoy, well, of course, the Wayang Kulit gives it away, but
Legend.
yeah, they will assume that probably he's an Indonesian or really a pure
Oh,
Cantonese, but he's not. I mean, he's not, right? So, yeah, and Apan with his Robert Crumb. Now that I realize that it's Robert Crumb, yeah. So, but aside from Apan's Robert Crumb style, he does has other style as well. You did sculpt a turtle, right? I mean, you sculpt something using mineral water, right?
what?
Mineral water bottle.
A
Is that right?
mirror water
Oh yes,
I
bottle.
mean,
repurpose mineral water bottle because we did art installation as well. If you go to Eco Ardens in Setia Alam, you
it's
can
the
see
same.
lots
Oh,
of art installation
wow.
work, hanging
Ooh, cool.
hammerhead ducks, whales, and all that made out of empty bottle. So yeah, I did that too. But on top of murals, of course, because of clients asked me to to make that place a bit nicer. So I was thinking of instead of doing murals, just murals, I proposed some of the real artwork by using repurposed mineral water bottle lah. So it was a it was a challenge myself lah, just to do something outside of my
Comfort
cocoon
level.
so that I can work outside and do more stuff that challenge my creativity. Yeah, yeah.
Right, that's so cool.
PKP is heaven, man. I don't have to go out.
Is that really heaven? I thought that you want to go out. You want to find excuse for
It
you to
has
get
its
out.
pros and cons. I mean, I miss going for my karaoke, so so I'm hoping for I
Yeah.
want to go for hot pot with friends. So yeah, I'm just hoping for PKP to end like as soon as possible. And then it's school holidays now, and my son is screaming at home, so I need the PKP to end. But
I think Apan also has a different style, something like this.
all right, that's
He
awesome.
did a he did a vintage action comics #1.
Oh, that's so
With his
cool.
twist, right?
Amazing frontliners.
Yeah. And you also did some mural. And
Yeah,
I had this particular understanding that you did not even go there to actually do this mural. Was
Yes.
it that it's all
No.
being calculated and you just make sure that you hope for the best when you actually do the
Yeah. It was 100% being done at home.
remote? So this mural is actually done at
And
home
then
and send it over.
the client the pitch presentation via Zoom. Yes.
Wow.
The carpenter
So
will
that's
print
actually a
all the
print.
panels for the MD
Mhm.
MDF board at home, and I will based on the write on the panels. So the A1, A2, A3. So this is how it will be at this area. So I just put it together and then do some sketching and start painting lah.
And once you actually painted
It
it,
was a
you
very
just send
calculative
over your
work
panels
actually,
to
but
get it
since I
installed.
do it at home, so I have to meet people. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lorry send all the stuff, and then I will do all the paintings, and then I call the Lorraine. The carpenter will install it themselves. So I just, I don't need to even put a step on the office at all.
So you're actually really making use of
It's heaven.
staying at home, right? So you have actually mastered working from home then.
Yes.
How about you, Uzair?
It's my main cave.
Me, I still have to go to work because my company still demanding us to work in the studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because some of us doesn't really have a good internet connection, and most of us is depending on the server on the office. So yeah, and I don't think it's really a problem because we do follow the SOP. We check the temperature before coming in. We separate the table. Each of us got one table, and we work in a very suitable space.
Okay.
So it's not really a problem. Then I do really enjoy PKP because my company have less activity.
Okay, all right. So I guess that's how it is. Like, I do know that a lot of animation studios, especially because they have to go after deadlines, so they're all having to go back to work. I mean, like studios as well are all running jobs as well, right? How about you, Tintoy? Has the pandemic or PKP been affecting for you guys on your end?
Well, it does affect. You see, I mean, for artists like us, we work from home. So they say people cannot work home. We are just laughing, We work from home. The thing is, when you have nothing to work from home, that's the problem, When the client outside, they cancel projects and cancel campaigns. So we have nothing to work on. So, so that is the problem. It's not so much of how we work.
Make more new wayang kulit puppet.
We can make, but then I do make a few, during the MCO, because as I say, we always constantly try to do something different, something new, to tell people that, hey, we are still alive, But then the process becomes slower, because the people who make the puppet, they also sometimes MCO also cannot come out, so so it does affect,
So I guess it does have its pros and cons. Like for introverted artists, they're happy. Like, I don't need to interact with people. I can just do my work and nobody's bothering me. But, sometimes as artists, we also need to get out there and get our work, to interact with clients, like what Tintoy has said. And also, just meet other people, like I am very social, so I need to meet other artists so we can like share ideas and stuff like that. So there is the pros and cons of the pandemic. We are now reaching at a 55-minute mark. How much longer do we have, Hancock?
As long as we want, because this is the only session. But considering that we have like a technical problem, but maybe we probably can just have one last question. Maybe something for the audience, or we can actually just end the session this round, and we can do another one when the modem or connectivity is actually way better, especially for Mr. Apan.
Okay, so I think that the best thing would be just basically for all artists here, maybe you can share what upcoming projects that we can look forward to coming from them, and basically just reminding fans like where they can look it out. So maybe let's start off with with Tintoy. So is there any upcoming projects, maybe not now, but maybe in 2021 that we can look forward to? And then where again can your fans check out your works?
Well, upcoming is not too convenient to tell, you see.
Right.
That's why. But I can say that maybe I can tell you one or two of them. Like maybe we were actually reviewing a new puppet next week.
Next week.
So we are working on it. So that was.
Cool.
It's been working for.
Any hints?
It's a female. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
female puppet.
that's such a huge hint, guys. So it's a female puppet, guys. It could be a million things. So yes, watch out for this female
Is that
puppet.
Star
coming out.
Wars related?
No, it's not Star Wars related.
Ah,
But there was
right.
a female character that was recently creating
Oh, no.
excitement.
Yeah. Someone who is powerful, I should say.
Oh,
Ah,
all right, that's cool. Right.
Yeah.
So again, for fans that are tuning in, so we have something to look forward to. That's a really cool puppet that's coming out next week at Fusion Wayang Kulit. You can check out in the comments on where you can watch videos and follow his social media, which is available on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Right. For Uzair, is there any upcoming projects that you'll be planning, or like, is there anything new that you'll be planning to debut? And also, tell us where your fans can reach out to see your works.
I've been dreaming on doing a personal short comic, but I don't know.
You don't. You,
Waiting for the
started,
inspiration.
or you're just like waiting
Yeah,
for inspiration?
actually, I do a lot of idea back then, but when come to start the comic, I don't really know how to start. I don't really know how to start. I don't really know how to. I don't know. Because I keep doing other things.
Because
alright.
Besides on starting my comic.
Problem.
Because during I don't really have much time actually. I'm busy with my studios work.
Right.
And during lunch, sometimes I watching Netflix. Sometimes I doing sketches, and have a therapy by doing painting.
Right.
You guys can follow up me on Instagram or Facebook account. I do have an ArtStation account, but I don't really updated any artwork over there because it is quite yeah.
All right, so it's
It is quite leceh compared to Facebook because you have to fill up the caption on every image. Instead of Facebook, you can just drop the image and upload it without any captions, and people will keep commenting on it.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's where it all depends on to who you're targeting towards to, because usually with ArtStation, it's a lot more of client matching and job matching, whereas this Facebook is really for fans. So as you can see, in our comment section, we've already dropped in Uzair's Facebook account, so you can connect directly over with him, or probably if you want to collaborate him, maybe that will finally inspire him to do his own comic. Right. Is Apan still there? Right. Apan, please share with us what upcoming projects we can look forward to, and how can the fans find you?
I believe that he has a couple of them. Yeah, are you still there? Can you?
Yeah, for 2021. Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are a few animation projects coming up. I'm doing animation for for 3 documentaries, feature-length documentaries, with Fat Bidi Media, where I will provide a documentary on about terrorism. So I will do animation on the subjective part, or the reenactment part in a symbolic way, basically. So for all 3 feature-length movies, the animation will be done by me. And then I have my own pet project, which I also we are on the second stage. But should I don't get the grant, I will still continue editing but a bit slower because it's my pet project. I've been pushing this project for the past 2 years, and then I got to the point where I presented to Sony Animation Pictures, the studio exec from animation. So and then he helped me a lot on solidifying stories, redo the characters and the subjects and whatnot. So to make it more internationally accepted lah, basically, and to export our culture basically. Because the story is about more to our culture, but the dilemma is very relatable. Is very general lah, basically. And in terms of comics, I've been working with Datuk Lat for the past 2 years.
Wow.
And we really hope, he also hope that next year would be the last, that we should finish the project by early next year lah. So crossing finger for that, and so that I can at last I can announce that project to everyone because I've been keeping this secret for so long already. I cannot.
Wow, it's so cool. I mean, yes, and especially working with the great Datuk Lat himself, because he probably almost every Malaysian or Singaporean have probably grown up with his comics, and he's such a household name for all of us here. And congratulations on that. We're looking forward. So how can the fans
just remember to actually send the invitation for the book launch.
Thank you.
Yes, please. And then we've dropped in the comments. You can check out to see Arif's page.
Hang who?
All right, so we've got Arif's page over where you can follow with Superdoofus to find out more about his work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much it from my end, actually. Right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for three of you all to actually spend like an hour of your Friday evening with us. I understand that it has been a long week. Everyone probably tired of actually talking. But yeah, thank you everyone. And really having you guys actually in here to actually kickstart the Smooth 2020 Part 2. Yeah. And what do you actually think that we have actually in store for next week, tomorrow, and also the week after? Do you remember the names, Billie?
Yes, I do actually. Yes, I do believe that we do have a lot of cool actually names coming up. We've got Christopher coming up. We've got a lot of fun happening. That's one of the things that I would definitely say. If I'm going to say the name, it'll be totally biased. But yes, please stay tuned. But first and foremost, thank you so much over to Apan, to Tintoy, to Uzair. Thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having us.
Right.
Sorry for the bad connection.
Oh, no,
no problem.
okay.
Just
We
give
got to
it a
blame. Yeah, we got to just blame the internet. It's all their faults, not us. So anyway, yes, for fans that have tuning in, if you have any more questions, or if you want to collaborate, or if you just feel like sharing out this stuff, please check out the comments. We have all their social media pages, which you can check out their works. And also, I hope that those of you have tuned in, listen carefully, because there are some key questions that might be important for our contest giveaway. Thank you over to SCC, and also to MYCC, and also to Asterisk Academy for making for tonight's event happen. And Hancock, anything you want to say?
No, I think for now, just good night.
Good night, and just wake up tomorrow
slightly earlier than usual. Don't wake up at 12, because then you'll be actually missing some of the bigger names that actually kickstart the entire tomorrow day one, the main day.
Yeah, so make sure that you set your reminders on, because on Play Exhibition on our social pages, we have where you can set reminder for the event that's coming up. But just to be nice, we start off at 9 o'clock. We've got Pop On, we've got Chris Clamon, we've got Uko Smith, Jessica Emmett, Derek Chu, Ernest Ng, and Erica Ng, Sonny Liu, Michael Chua, and also Rachel Kong, and Trisha Lee. This is gonna be crazy. And then we've got Santa Fung, Zin, Chin, Puppeteer Lee, Alexa.
That'll be a long list.
It's a long list. It goes on. It's madness from 9 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. So do set the reminders onto your list. And I think that's pretty much it. Subscribe. Have a good night's sleep. Drink water and stay safe, guys.
Yeah, stay safe. Stay safe, guys. Thanks, guests, for spending your time with us.
Thank you.
So I'll talk to you offline.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, right.
Bye. Oh, that's
Bye,
a joker.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Right.
There you go.
Okay.